So what I'm going to go over is just a single leg groin or adductor PAILS that I've created out of kind of a 90-90 position. So essentially what you're going to do is get down into a typical 90-90, and you can sacrifice your front leg's positioning by just tucking the heel in and then actually extend the other leg out so that you've got a little bit of a groin stretch going on. How to accentuate the groin stretch is to essentially trade how upright you can be with your trunk for how tight your groin is, and then also slide your foot out to get more of your body weight effectively through that side. As long as your knee is relatively straight and your toes are kind of locked up towards your shin, you should have a good deep stretch through your groin. And once you do have that, you can dig through the inside of your outside heel, and you should feel that groin start to do some work. You can counterbalance yourself with your other hand to make sure that groin can push into the ground so effectively that if you were continuing to push harder and harder, you could actually almost lift yourself up. Obviously, the goal of PAILS is staying in a lengthened position, so we're more just going to contract in place. This is also a great position where you can feel the muscles that have to offer a rails effort in terms of trying to pull that heel up towards the ceiling, or you can get in some lift-offs from this position as well. Okay? Another variation, if you find that this one's not working for you due to pinching in your hip, can be a hands and knees rock back position. I would encourage something under the knee if you're going to be there for a while. Your other leg will go out to the side, usually about in line with your knee. And you can sit back to accentuate the stretch in here through your groin. To offer a PAILS effort, you can dig your foot down into the ground, pulling the ground towards your other leg. For our typical about 20 to 30 second count on a PAILS. And you can play around with multiple different angles from this position as well, just like in our other position. Okay? The only thing that I did not review about our stretch here is that by orienting your headlights on your hips or on your knee and your toes, and then digging down into the ground, you can find different variations of the stretch through all of these groin fibers. As always, there is not a variation that's necessarily right or wrong. You want to choose the ones where there are no pinches and there is the most restriction in these tissues possible.